Hello students. Hello students. Welcome to the video class for the subject Control System Engineering. This is for 6th semester Diploma Electrical and Electronics Engineering students. So in the previous video session we were discuss about our mathematical modeling of physical system. So in mathematical modeling of physical system, in mathematical modeling of physical system, we have studied about modeling of mechanical system. Under mechanical system, there are two systems we already discussed, that is translational and rotational. So under translational motion, we have studied about three different elements, that is mass, spring and damper. And we already studied and discussed about the mathematical expression for all these elements. Force, mainly the mathematical model for the translational system, we already discussed in previous class. So today we will discuss about rotational motion, and under this rotational motion also we will study about the mathematical modeling of this rotational system. Okay, so let's continue. So see, in between translational and rotational motion there are many similarities. Okay, so let's compare some elements. See, this table gives the comparison between translational and rotational motion element. So in translational motion, we are using mass, damper, spring, force, displacement, velocity. So similarly in rotational motion, here in place of mass it is used inertia J, damper is same as damper D, spring is same as constant K. Then in place of force we are using torque. Then in place of displacement we are using angular displacement theta. In place of velocity we are using angular velocity omega. Then omega is equal to d theta by dt. So the three elements for rotational motion are inertia, damper and spring. Inertia J, damper D, spring K. So see, here inertia is represented, inertia is J, here torque is T, and here the angular displacement given theta. This is the reference. So here torque is, since inertia has only one displacement, then the relation between torque and inertia is T is equal to J d square theta by dt square, or you can write J d omega by dt. Omega is the angular velocity. Similarly for damper, see, this is a damper. At this side the angular velocity and displacements are omega 1 theta 1. At this side angular velocity and displacements are omega 2 theta 2 respectively. Torque T is given here. So the relation is T is equal to d theta by dt, or you can write d derivative of theta 1 minus theta 2. Since T is at theta 1, therefore it is theta is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2. Similarly for spring, this is spring, this is here theta 1 theta 2 angular displacement. Torque is provided here, so relation is T is equal to k theta, that is equal to k theta 1 minus theta 2. So there is one small numerical is solved, from which you can able to understand how these relations are applied to the system. See, this is inertia J, damper D, angular displacement theta, and torque T. So we can write T equals to J d square theta by dt square, but damper and the spring force will oppose this torque. So T minus d d theta by dt minus k theta is equal to j d square theta by dt square. Okay, so see here, d into d theta by dt and k theta opposes torque. So the final mathematical equation is j d square theta by dt square plus d theta by dt plus k theta is equal to t. So this is our torque equation of the given system. Then the modeling of electrical system. So in electrical system, elements are resistor, inductor, capacitor. So the first resistor, here this is the resistor element, voltage across this is V, current through is I, so you can write V is equal to I into R. Inductor L, voltage across inductor V and I is the current flowing through it, then V is equal to L di by dt and I is equal to integration of V dt, integration from 0 to t. Similarly for capacitor, V is equal to 1 by C integration I dt and I is equal to C dV by dt. So then we will discuss about analogous system. So let us consider a mechanical and a electrical and an electrical system. Under mechanical we have translational and rotational system. So this represent translational system, this represent rotational system and this represent electrical system. Okay, so for translational motion system, this is the force equation, F is equal to m d square x by dt square plus d dx by dt plus kx is equal to F. For rotational motion system, j into d square theta by dt square plus d theta by dt plus k theta is equal to t. Similarly for electrical system, V is equal to L d square q by dt square plus R q by dt 1 by c q, where q is equal to integration I dt, or you can write I equal to d q by dt. Okay, so hence these three systems are analogous system. There are two methods to get analogous system. One is force voltage analogy, another one is force current analogy. So first one is the force voltage analogy. So here this table represents force voltage analogy. This is the translational system elements, these are the electrical system elements, these are the rotational system elements. So see, force is analogous with voltage and torque. Mass is analogous with inductance and inertia. So this is all, everything is written here. See, this is force, here it is torque, it is V. Similarly for mass, M written here, and in place of mass it is J for inertia system, and here L for electrical system. Likewise for damper, this is D, and R. So this is written over here, damper, then electrical. For electrical it is R. Similarly for spring constant, C, K 1 by C. So it is written over here K, and here 1 by C, elastance. Similarly for displacement it is X, it is angular displacement theta, and here it is Q. And for velocities it is U, it is angular velocity omega, and current I. These are the force voltage analogy. Similarly there is force current analogy. So in case of force current analogy, let's consider electrical network like this, parallel system. Okay, so though it is a parallel system, here we can apply KCL and we can find out current expression. So I is equal to V by R plus 1 by L integration V dt plus C dV by dt. So here V is equal to d psi by dt. Okay, so this is the current expression. This is the current through the resistor, current through the inductor, current through the capacitor. And since V is equal to d psi by dt, we can write the current expression as 1 by R into d psi by dt plus psi by L plus C d square psi by dt square. So by following these expressions, we can find out force current analogy. So this is a force current analogy. See, translational and rotational system, it is already mentioned in the above table also. Force, here it is torque, this is mass, this is J inertia, this is spring K, this is spring K, this is damper D, this is damper D, this is displacement x, this is angular displacement theta, this is velocity u dx by dt, here velocity omega d theta by dt. So but for electrical parameters, it is current, this is capacitor, by considering this expression. Okay, see, so this is I in place of F, this is C in place of M, then this is 1 by R in place of D, then 1 by L in place of K, then this is psi, and this is voltage V is equal to d psi by dt. So these are the force current analogy. And the next one is representation by nodal method. So here we have one physical system given over here. We have to represent this system in mathematical model by using nodal method. So how? So let's consider this is a mechanical system. Here we have given M1, this is K1, this is displacement x1, then M2, then K2, displacement x2, damper D2, this is M3, here K3, damper D3 with respect to reference. Then in between M1 and M2 there is a K and D, K12, D12. In between M2 and M3 there is a K23. Okay, so what are the steps we are following? So these are the steps we are following. Step 1, total number of node is equal to the total number of displacement. So we have x1, x2, x3, but one reference node is also taken. That means total number of node becomes 4. So x1, x2, x3 and reference. So 4 nodes. Then M1 is connected between x1 and reference. So here M1 is connected between x1 and reference. Similarly, M2 is connected between x2 and reference. So M2 is connected between x2 and reference. Similarly, M3 is connected between x3 and reference. Okay. Then next come to K. K1 is connected between x1 and reference. This is here. K2 is connected between x1 and K2 is connected between x2 and reference. K3 is connected between x3 and reference. K12 is connected between x1 and x2, and K23 is connected between x2 and x3. Similarly, D12 is here between x1 and x2. D2 is between x2 and reference. D3 is between x3 and reference. Okay, so let's connect M's, K's, D's as discussed in these step 1, step 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so the force is connected between x1 and reference because F is connected to M. Clear? So by applying force equation at node 1, our Ft is equal to M1 d square x1 by dt square plus k1 x1 plus k12 x1 minus x2 plus d12 derivative of x1 minus x2. Similarly, at node x2, k12 x1 minus x2 plus d12 derivative of x1 minus x2 is equal to m2 d square x2 dt square plus k2 x2 plus d2 dx2 by dt. This is another force equation. This is at node x3. So this is k23 into x2 minus x3 is equal to m3 d square x3 by dt square plus d3 dx3 by dt plus k3 x3. So this is the force equation at node x3. So in this way we can represent one physical system into mathematical modeling. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss some numerical, or in online class we will solve some numericals related to this nodal method. Okay, thank you.